Hey guys and gals, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of the Constructive Liberty Podcast. As always, intentionally designing a lifestyle of freedom. I'm feeling pretty good today. I really am. So I think this is going to be a fun episode. It might not be a really long episode, but we're going to talk about one of my favorite things to talk about. Something that I do talk about from time to time. And no, it's not strictly about purpose this time, although that is one of the things that we're going to talk about. The thing that we are talking about, and I'm saying talking about a lot, but it's the 5 keys to success, or 5 keys to impact, as I've called it in the past. Now, 5 keys to success. And why do I say 5 keys to success? It's because if you study successful people, and I'm not just talking about people that are successful in one area of life, because you can be the wealthiest person in the world, but if you're miserable because of the relationships you have, or if you have poor health, then you're really not that successful. But if you have fantastic relationships and poor health, poor mindset, you have no purpose, not much wealth, you're not very successful. If you have great health, but you're dirt poor, and you have crappy relationships, and your mindset's not that great, and you have no purpose, you're not that successful. Success in the 5 keys should be measured like the Wheel of Life exercise that a lot of life coaches use. And each of these areas needs to grow simultaneously. And they're not, I say simultaneously, they're not all going to grow the same amount. It really starts with purpose. That is where it all begins. Purpose is the key to it all. You can have a great mindset. You can have great relationships. You can have great health. And you can have great wealth. But if you don't have purpose, there's something missing in life. You just feel empty. You feel like there's got to be more. So it all starts with purpose. I believe purpose is the foundation for creating a life and a career that we all love to live. Purpose is where it all begins. The second one, which I've alluded to earlier, is mindset. And mindset can be approached from a lot of different ways. But I really believe that mindset is all about the willingness to do what it takes to move forward on to the next thing. And when we have a purpose, mindset is so much easier. When you don't have purpose in life, mindset becomes hard because you're stuck in a bad place. You're like, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I'm living. I don't know if I want to live. It's just not that much fun. So when you have your purpose, mindset becomes easier. But you do need a resilient mindset. And there's lots of different ways to do that. Your health plays a lot into your mindset. It really does. Especially the food that you eat, the rest that you get, all around. Your physical, mental, spiritual, all of those areas of health tie back into your mindset. But that's the 4th key. The 3rd key is relationships. The relationships that we cultivate in life are what really, that's the salt and pepper of life. It's the spice, the seasonings of life, the relationships that we have. If we have dull relationships, how can you enjoy your wealth? You don't want to do that by yourself. Just be wealthy all alone. That's no fun. If you have dull relationships, people that don't inspire you, that don't motivate you, that don't challenge your mind, that don't challenge your thinking, that don't call you out on your BS, if your relationships aren't challenging you to be better, to really become all that you can be, then you need better, stronger relationships. You really do. Relationships are one of the biggest keys to life. because they really make all the other things more bearable. They do. Like, if you have fantastic relationships, your life, and if your relationships are great and all of the other 4 keys are lacking, your life can still be so much more bearable because you have people to go through life with. And I think that is what life is all about, is other people. If you have all 4 of those others and awful relationships, life is the pits. It is. So relationships is probably the biggest key, and I love that it's right in the middle. It's bookended by 2 others, or by 4 others, 2 on each end, keys to success. Relationships also have to do with, success in business, success in any area of life. It's all about the people you know. If you have the right relationships, it's like using the right fuel for the car. You are the car or the engine that drives where you want to go. Those relationships add fuel to it. Instead of it just being a drip, 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 it can be a fire hose of fuel to drive that engine to make you go places you never thought you could go before. It's like nitrous in Fast and Furious, when he pushes that button and, his car wasn't ready for it. In the first movie, he blew his car up. But as he learned how to build his life, or really his cars in the movie, but his life in the, what do you call it? I'm going blank. It's a metaphor, Daddy, as Rachel would say on Friends. As in the metaphor, his car is life, and friends are the fuel. Friends are the nitrous in this case. So as he built better cars, they were able to handle that kick, that extra boost, and take him to new heights, faster, bigger, better success. That is what relationships are. Next, you have your health. That, goes back to the mental health, which that affects your mindset, obviously, because it's all about the mind. That's what your mental health is. Are you thinking good thoughts? What kind of content are you ingesting? What are you listening to and watching and reading? What are the things you're allowing into your mind? Next is your physical health. What kind of things are you allowing into your body? Are you drinking lots of Cokes, alcohol? Do you eat lots of bread, chips, popcorn? I eat too much popcorn. What are you eating? Do you have a balanced diet? Whatever that diet looks like to you, are you eating a diet that is going to better your health? Kick out the Coke. Kick out as much of the bread as you can. Kick out the desserts. Quit eating so much ice cream. Have a little bit of it. You don't have to take all joy out of your life. Those things are fun to eat. Peanut butter pie is my weakness. I love peanut butter pie. I like puppy chow. Those are things that I get maybe once or twice a year. Puppy chow I haven't had for a long time. But those are some things that are a weakness for me. And I allow myself to eat those things when I'm around them. But it's not a weekly thing. It's not even a monthly thing. It's barely a yearly thing. So that 1% of 1%, I can allow myself to slide a little bit because I've done very well on the other side of it. Your physical health also has to do with working out. What kind of exercise and body movement and stuff are you getting? I don't have an exercise routine. I walk a lot. I carry a lot of heavy things. I work hard in the work that I do, but I don't have any time that I dedicate to exercise, to working out. And I should. It would be so much better for my health. Back when I was running and working out, I felt better. I looked better. I slept better. My mind was sharper, I believe. And I've gotten away from that. It's been a few years since I ran at all. And lately I've used the excuse that I don't have any running shoes, but I probably should let go of that excuse and just go buy a dang pair of running shoes. or run barefoot. It'd be good for my feet, good for my body, being connected with the ground, with the earth. I need to get back into an exercise routine. What's yours? Also, there's your spiritual health. How are you doing in your relationship with your Creator? Or whether or not you believe you have a Creator, you know that there is something more out there. Deep inside, you know there's a connection with something out there. I believe we're created by God, the God of the Bible. How's your connection with Him? Do you talk to Him? Do you ask for help, for wisdom, for guidance? What is that to you? How is your spiritual health? Mine could be a lot better. My health overall is lacking. The last key is wealth. How's your wealth doing? Do you have a plan to build wealth? Do you even have a plan to get through the month or the week? You know, sometimes we find ourselves in a place where we're lucky if we can get through the week. And that's not a fun place to live. That comes from negligence. And I have to admit, my wealth key is sorely lacking. It's been filed down. It's been left out in the dirt and walked on and driven over. And, you know, it hasn't been protected like my purpose key has. And my mindset key is being. And my relationship key, I'm like, okay, I'm realizing I need to protect that better. My health, you know, I probably need to protect that a little bit better. But my wealth key, I've kind of let that one go. I need to do better at that. And so do you. No matter where you're at, you can do better. Wealth is not simply a status symbol. It's not something that we are to collect and hoard. It's a tool. Wealth is a tool, and you measure your wealth by how long it will allow you to survive in the current environment, in tomorrow's environment, in the environment in 10 years. But also, wealth is given to us so that we in turn can help other people. That doesn't mean we have to give them money. It doesn't mean giving it all away. But there's other ways to help when we are wealthier. We can donate time when we have wealth. Because really what wealth does, and when I say wealth, I'm talking monetary wealth. What wealth does is gives us back our time. And time is important because that is our most finite resource, is time. Absolutely, it's our most finite resource. And wealth helps us to buy back that time. So how is your wealth key doing? Mine is, like I said, that key has been severely ignored. And I know, I've been thinking a lot about that. And kind of to go along with these 5 keys, over the last few days, I have a friend who has been doing a 75-day challenge, doing a lot of these things. You know, what she's been doing, the challenge that she's been a part of, isn't based on these 5 keys, but they touch these 5 keys. Some of them do. And so it's really had me thinking, you know, I call these my 5 keys to success or to impact. 5 keys to life, really. What am I doing each and every day to polish that key, to make it more usable and accessible, to make sure that it's there when I need it? What am I doing each and every day? Is there something that I'm doing each day that I can check off and be like, that fills that box? What am I doing for purpose? You know, this podcast is part of purpose for today. What am I doing for my mindset? Have I done anything for my mindset today? I haven't. How about relationships? I I haven't really grown any relationships today. How about my health? Well, I've drank about half as much water as I should, and I had the equivalent of about 1.5 meals, and it's 5 o'clock in the evening. How about my wealth? I haven't grown my wealth today. I've reached out to a couple potential members for my men's business incubator, but I haven't grown my wealth at all today. Not even by 1 penny. Actually, my wealth went down quite a bit today because I had to take my truck in to get new tires on, and that cost over $1,300 for 4 new tires. Utterly ridiculous. What am I doing each and every day to grow these 5 things? So I'm considering creating a 30-day challenge where we develop an action plan to grow these 5 keys. And I'm wondering, who of you would be interested in joining me in that as I create and develop that? Is that something that you'd be into, like to become a more well-rounded and not physically rounded, but a more well-rounded individual, somebody who is more capable, who thinks better thoughts, who does better things, who has better conversations, who can walk better, who can pick up the tab, without being like, oh boy, is that going to cut into my budget too much? If you're interested in joining me in that challenge, and it would be at least 30 days the first time around. If you're interested in that, reach out to me on all the social medias, any of them. I don't care. Shoot me a text if you've got my phone number. I want to hear from you if you're interested in joining me. If there's interest in it, I'll create it. If there's not, I might just do it for myself. But it is something that I am planning to do, that I will do. I am doing. So I'd love to hear from you. Just reach out to me. My links will be down in the show notes. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. You can also jump in the Telegram group and say, hey, I'm in. I want to be a part of that 30-day 5 keys challenge. And if you think of something that's better than 5 keys, help me out with there. It doesn't have to be 5 keys, but it is those 5 things: purpose, mindset, relationships, health, and wealth. If you want to jump in on that, hit me up. Let me know you're in. If I get even 2 people that are in, then it's on. Do good work.